On the icy morning of January 24th, 1848, a carpenter named James W. Marshall inspected the water channel at John Sutter's sawmill on the American River in Coloma, California. As he bent down, something glittered beneath the flowing water. He picked up the tiny yellow fragment and felt its heavy weight. After testing it with a knife and hammer, one truth became impossible to deny. It was gold. Marshall and Sutter tried desperately to keep the discovery secret, fearing it would ruin their land and their lumber business. But secrets do not survive long in frontier towns. By spring, the rumor reached San Francisco, then home to barely 1,000 people. Within days, ships sat abandoned in the harbor as crews rushed inland. Stores emptied. Entire streets fell silent. Everyone was chasing whispers of unimaginable wealth. Still, the rest of the nation remained skeptical, till President James K. Polk confirmed the discovery in his December message to Congress. With a single announcement, America changed overnight. The 49ers arrive. By 1849, nearly 90,000 people later called the 49ers were on the move to California. Some sailed around South America's deadly Cape Horn. Others crossed the jungles of Panama. Tens of thousands traveled across the continent in wagon trains, enduring disease, starvation, and harsh weather. But the promise of instant riches drove them forward. The population of California exploded from around 14,000 in 1848 to more than 200,000 by 1852. Boomtowns rose almost instantly. Tents became shacks. Shacks became saloons. And saloons became entire cities. San Francisco transformed from a quiet village into a wild, noisy, multicultural port. Life in the diggings was rough and unpredictable. Miners slept outdoors, lived on beans and bacon, and worked from sunrise to sunset. A lucky prospector could earn a year's wages in a single day by panning a rich riverbed. But for most miners, the dream of gold faded quickly. Supplies were expensive, sometimes absurdly so. A single-acre shovel might cost a miner his daily earnings. Ironically, the greatest fortunes were often made not in mining, but in selling to the miners. Levi Strauss, who arrived to supply fabric for tents, instead created strong pants for miners, today known as blue jeans. Storekeepers, saloon owners, and transport businesses often earned more than the prospectors themselves. A nation transformed. The gold rush reshaped America with astonishing speed. 1. California became a state. The sudden population boom forced the United States government to act quickly. In 1850, just 2 years after Polk's announcement, California entered the Union as the 31st state, the fastest transition from frontier to statehood in American history. 2. A global destination, people came from everywhere: China, Chile, Mexico, France, Germany, Australia. At one point, San Francisco was home to more languages than almost any other city in the world. For the first time, the American West became a truly international crossroads. 3. The birth of modern industries. The mining camps required tools, lumber, food, transport, and banking. The rush helped spark growth in railroads, farming, shipping, and even early finance. The West we know today began here. The darker reality: while the gold rush brought opportunity, it also unleashed tragedy. Indigenous devastation. Before 1848, more than 300,000 Native Americans lived in California. Within 2 decades, disease, starvation, forced removal, and violence reduced that number drastically. Communities that had thrived for thousands of years were destroyed. Environmental damage. Hydraulic mining blasting hillsides with powerful jets of water tore apart mountains and buried rivers in mud. This caused massive flooding that damaged farms and reshaped entire landscapes. Racial conflict. Foreign miners faced heavy taxes, discrimination, and violence. Chinese workers in particular suffered attacks and exclusionary laws. Greed inflamed prejudice, turning mining camps into some of the most dangerous places in America. The end of easy gold. By the mid-1850s, the easy gold in riverbeds was mostly gone. Large companies took over mining, digging deep shafts and using industrial equipment. Individual fortune seekers had little chance left. Some miners returned home empty-handed. Others settled permanently in California, becoming farmers, merchants, and city builders. Many had failed to strike it rich, but they helped create a new society in the West. Legacy of the Gold Rush. The Gold Rush remains one of the most transformative events in American history. It accelerated westward expansion, turned California into an economic giant, fueled innovation and entrepreneurship, and shaped the idea of the American dream that anyone might find unexpected opportunity. What began with a sparkle in a riverbed became a national explosion of hope, greed, courage, and tragedy. Overnight, the world rushed to California. America was never the same again.